Okay, so hi everybody. This is Mark Scheller, top St. Louis Realtor, and I'm back with you today to talk about pre-approval letters. Now, I know not everyone woke up this morning thinking, I hope I hear a great video about pre-approval letters, but I am tired of customers losing great houses over bad pre-approval letters. We're talking about big money decisions, and we're talking that this can really influence your journey if you have a bad pre-approval letter, okay? This money is not real. However, this information is, okay? Now, on most of my videos, I try to be very informational, but on this one, I'm gonna be a little judgmental and a little snarky. Plus, I've had pretty much an entire sweet tea. So there is no filter between what I'm thinking and what I'm saying, okay? So the industry right now is really struggling because there are so many consumers that want to purchase a house. There are so many consumers who want to refinance a house. And there are too many, way too many loan officers that just want to, hey, I'd like to practice on your file. It's just not right. And it's creating a lot of problems, okay? So 10 years ago, if you wanted a pre-approval letter, the goal was for your pre-approval letter to show that you could afford the house by that much, okay? So if there was a house that was $350,000 10 years ago, and your pre-approval letter was for $335,000, that would usually suffice and sellers would be like, okay, that's great. But now conditions have changed. It's different. It's a seller's market, okay? So the next part is a key point. I want to say it twice. I'm not having a stroke. I'm going to say it twice. The purpose of your pre-approval letter is to show your financial strength to a seller. The purpose of your pre-approval letter is to show your predictable financial strength to the seller, okay? So next I'm going to line up these 6 categories, and I'm going to put them on a little block up here. So I will be right back with you. Okay, so this first one is what I call the Predications pre-approval letter. This is the one where the lender starts off saying, congratulations, you are hereby approved for a purchase of $300,000. And then right under it, it says 2,000 words of predications. Oh, you need to explain a $34 payoff that you had in 2014. You need to get up to date on your student loans. You need proof of alimony payments, copies of divorce decrees, a copy of a tax return from 2014. And there's just way too much complexity on it that when a seller reads your pre-approval letter, they have more fear and doubt than they do have trust in it, okay? So if your lender provides you with a Predications pre-approval letter, this is what you should do to it, because I think it's junk. And another name for this is called post-consumer recyclable waste. Okay, so the next one is the priority home lender, okay? Choose a company that makes home loans a priority, okay? If you choose a large national bank with all of its complexity and all of its underwriting rules, you can just end up getting a wheelbarrow of red tape. Oh, by the way, we need a letter of explanation for the cell phone payment you missed in 2017. And customers are like, what? I don't know what that is. And then they say, you know, you bought a boat in Kentucky and you never paid it off. And it wasn't even you, but the lender is so big and so national. In fact, if there's the word America in your bank's title or the word US in your bank's title, then it is just a question of time until they just start making up stuff that doesn't matter. So here is what I think about that one. Okay, this is what I call junk. Okay. So the third one is the credit union and the internet-based lender section, okay? If you choose a credit union for your home loan because you have a car loan there, or sometimes people have had a HELOC or a home improvement loan through it, okay? Or sometimes people choose an internet-based lender who promises you that they can generate the paperless transaction and never even talk to you. And that is the type of loan that sellers consider to be risky business, okay? So when you call into your lender, if you're calling into a bullpen of 85 professionals with headsets on and nobody there knows your name, then that's usually a recipe for some bad news and some danger coming in the future. So here are my thoughts on contactless loan generation. Risky junk. Okay. So this next one is what I call the invisible lender. A whopping 1 out of 6 consumers brings to me the invisible lender. And this is somebody that you may have gone to school with, you played on the soccer team, you know them from church. It's a loan officer who is a trusted friend. And that's the professional who says to you, you know, I trust you. I'll give you a pre-approval letter right away. Now, what you should do first is you should go out, find a house, and then when you do, call me and I'll put your pre-approval letter together. And the timing never works out. Did I say never? Never. I didn't say sometimes. I said never. It's a Saturday afternoon. We find a house that you like. There's already offers on it. We are being what I call rushed to the altar. And the loan officer who promised you a pre-approval letter 3 weeks ago is nowhere to be found. Happens time and time again. And it usually happens because it's Saturday night late or it's Sunday night late, okay? So if they're promising to do you a pre-approval letter later, then it's basically a white sheet at this point. And this is what I would call the pre-approval letter later, a waste of your energy. Okay, boom. So the next one is the unprofessional lender. Okay, this is the pre-approval letter that's not on letterhead. It looks like it came off of a typewriter from 1975. It almost looks like they went to the Google Images and they typed in pre-approval letter and they just made up something. There is no loan officer name. There's no contact information on it. It doesn't say that they checked credit or verified anything. It's basically a sunshine letter that when the seller looks at it, they're like, you have got to be kidding. This type of pre-approval letter is raw sewage. Okay, so the last one is what I call the incomplete letter. This is a pre-approval letter that doesn't reference whether or not there was a signed application. It doesn't reference whether or not they verified any assets, or it doesn't say if the loan should be contingent upon the sale of any other property or not. It's just a lender trying to do the quickest, fastest job they can because they're busy, okay? Oh. And if the lender could actually spell the names of the customers right, that would be quite an added touch. Hashtag lost one 2 weeks ago. So this pre-approval letter is also in the trash. So that was 6 ways that a pre-approval letter can fail you. I have 4 additional ones here, but the video is just getting too long, okay? So look, if you want to get great results from your home purchase experience, the pre-approval letter, I never thought I'd say this, has become as important as the price. So those two need to go hand in hand. So I want to encourage you and your buyer's agent to evaluate every word of those pre-approval letters, because it's going to be a Saturday night at midnight and sellers are going to be looking at those with a magnifying glass. And I want your pre-approval letter to help you rather than harm you, okay? So I hope that this video has brought some questions to the surface. Please feel free to write me back with any of those thoughts. Thank you for your attention, everybody. I appreciate it. This is Mark Scheller, signing off.